The use of community lands and public buildings, infrastructure and construction, peculiarities of the regional taxation systems and positions in local governments. Those are important issues Ukrainians are offered to discuss at local referendums. However, restrictions are also foreseen.
All issues that can be resolved at the national level cannot be resolved at the local level. There was such a manipulation, for example, with the Crimea. All issues concerning the territory are not the issues of a part of Ukraine. Those are questions for the entire Ukrainian people. Questions that contradict the constitution of the laws of Ukraine are not allowed.
Any local council or head of the community can initiate the referendum. Moreover, local residents could also obtain this right in case 10% of local population agree. They propose to include only one question to the referendum ballot, but this rule is still being discussed. As for the territories temporarily uncontrolled by Ukrainian government, as separate procedures foreseen by the document.
Local referendums can be held in uncontrolled territories, that is part of the Donetsk and Luhansk regions and the Autonomous Republic of Crimea, only after Ukraine regains control over those territories. The reintegration process cannot take place overnight. We need to form local government bodies, commissions, courts, etc.
We asked citizens from different parts of the country what questions would they like to put at a local referendum.
Issues of urban planning and architecture are very important. Something happens to prominent buildings and it is somehow resolved quietly, undercover. Something happens to parks and city development in general. I'm concerned about the ecology in our city, in particular the Coxsachin plant, which pollutes the atmosphere.
Those could be the issues of improvement, of illegal development, issues of public places, places of rest. Well, a huge number of questions. I think residents who are active and have a public position could somehow address to the authorities. Here a monument to Lenin once stood, and now there are photographs of people who were in the East. I guess a memorial to those who died performing their duties could be placed somewhere here. Obviously, this issue should be submitted to a referendum.
All the suggestions for the bill on local referendums will be accepted until April 11. After that, it will be amended and submitted to the parliament.
I wouldn't expect this bill to be registered earlier than May, and I guess the vote can hardly be expected until autumn. I mean the second reading. Most likely this tool will start working only in 2022.
Putting a really working mechanism of democracy in Ukraine into operation was one of the main promises by President Volodymyr Zelensky.
There will be a rule of people in Ukraine. It is the duty of the state to provide citizens with comprehensive access to information for decision-making. People need to influence the relevant issues for their region and for the entire country.
The first step towards democracy has already been taken. On the 26th of January, the parliament approved the presidential bill on an all-Ukrainian referendum in the second reading. Reported by Nick Starkov, Yulia Krychkova, UATV News.